Winchester Ranger T Series 147 grain standard pressure, and I'm going to do a complete test of this ammunition. By the way, this was gifted to me by one of my Patreons, Dan, so thank you very much for that. He gave me a lot of different ammo to test. Very appreciative of that. So what I want to do, because of that, I want to really do a complete test on just this round of ammunition, because I think, you know, it deserves its own test by itself, but a complete test is going to incorporate many different barrel lengths. And by the way, it is rated at 990 feet per second. I don't know the barrel length, but typically ammunition manufacturers use a 4-inch to get that rating. So we're going to go through our 3-inch Diamondback DB9, our 3.2-inch Taurus G2C, and a lot of times we see a big variance between these two, between about 3-inch and 3 1/4 or so. We're going to use our 4-inch Ruger Security 9 and our 5-inch Smith & Wesson M&P 2.0. So we should see the difference between all of these. And a lot of people ask, why 147 grain? Why would anybody use that? And pretty much back in the day, before we had a lot of bonded bullets, the use of a 147 grain was simply to have a little bit more momentum through hard barriers. Like if you watch any type of ballistic test where somebody shoots like a 45 auto through a windshield, pretty much goes in a straight line. We don't have a difference in our elevation of that round where it impacts on the other side, but our lighter bullet 9mm pretty much do. And kind of the solution to that would be to use a 147 grain, and that it just goes through straighter. But this is not a bonded bullet, and it's really designed to open up and flush rather than punch through hard barriers. So we're going to do a complete test of this. We're going to go through our chronograph. We're going to verify our velocities of 990 feet per second, see if it does that in a 4-inch barrel. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. We'll see how the other barrel lengths compare. And today for our ballistic test, I'm just going to do clear ballistics, because with that many different rounds, it's kind of hard to source that many water jugs. I'm not going to get rid of our juggernaut box, by the way, but I think we'll get a better idea where we're going to look for really minute differences in barrel lengths. We're going to be better off using the gel. So we're going to do that. We have 4 layers of heavy denim on the front, and then we're going to run some from 25 yards down here at our 10-inch steel gong here, and we'll see what kind of accuracy they might have, and kind of a practical accuracy. So let's get started with this test. All right, first up, we're going to use our Diamondback DB9. We're about 5 yards from the target, 4 yards from the chronograph. Let's see how close we get to 990 feet per second out of this little 3-inch pistol. .927. All right, our Diamondback failed to set off one of these rounds, but as most of us know, this Diamondback is not the best pistol. So let's try to get another reading here. 916. 898. I got a feed jam here. Interesting. Keep going. 913. 918. So not too bad velocity. This pistol's a little questionable, as we all know, but let's move up to our Taurus G2C and see how that compares. All right, Taurus G2C, I put that first round that would not go off in the Diamondback in this, and we'll see how this does. See if we get over that velocity we got with the DB9. 944. 964. I'll read, I pulled that a little bit high and to the right. 941. 946. 956. So not too bad overall. Definitely a little bit of an increase. Not a gigantic step up, but a little bit of an increase. Let's see how the 4-inch Ruger Security 9 does. All right, 4-inch Ruger Security 9. We'll see if we go above that velocity of that G2C. 983. 964. 949. 957. 948. So not a really much of a jump at all. Let's try the 5-inch M&P, see how that does. All right, 5-inch M&P. This feels a lot better by hand. We'll see what we get for velocity with this. $10.22. $10.24. $10.15. $10.12. $10.14. That's about what I expected, you know, a little bit over 1,000, pretty good accuracy. So let's hit our Ballistics gel block and see how all these compare to each other. All right, first up we have our Diamondback DB9. Let's see what we get our gel block. All right, so I'm going to turn this thing around so you can see this here. Yeah, this did not expand at all. And it reversed on our edge of our base. We're at about 19¼ inches. So that's definitely not that impressive. I expected quite a bit better, but that is a very, very short barrel. So let's move up in barrel length. All right, Taurus G2C, we'll see what we get with this. And well, we got pretty much the same thing. Our damage path here, we can see it's about 15¼ our nose of our bullet's about 14¾ very surprising here, we did not get very much penetration, but we did not get any expansion. That is very interesting. Let's move on to our next barrel length. All right, Ruger Security 9, we'll see what we get with this. So here's our Security 9 of no expansion whatsoever. And our base of our bullet, it's turned around, tumbled, we're at about 20 inches. So definitely not what I expected. Let's try the next barrel length. All right, Smith & Wesson M&P. We'll see what this does with this round. So what we got here, our bullet is right here, and the base of our bullet is at 31¼ inches and no expansion whatsoever. So this is really surprising me. I thought these rounds would have all stopped in this first block, but none of them got penetration. They all over penetrated. That is very surprising to me. I would not have expected that whatsoever for such a good name. So let's shoot from 25 yards and see how these rounds do, at least for accuracy. All right, since it's not really going to be beneficial for me to measure these because they are all exactly the same, I thought I would just show them out here in the field. We have the exact same thing with all of these. So it's one of those things, all right, I still sometimes wonder why people say the 9mm is the best cartridge ever made. And sometimes we see stuff like this, even out of a full-length pistol barrel. I mean, I like 9mm, I do. That's why I own 4 of them. But yeah, when we go up to some heavier bullet weights, not necessarily the greatest thing ever. And this ammunition is very questionable as well. And we can see from the bases, it truly is a jacketed bullet. It is not a plated. It's a plated, you know, a plated typically starts with a with a total metal jacket, so your bases will be coated in copper. A truly full metal jacket that is turned into a hollow point will have an exposed base. So that's part of the reason why they're not expanding, because there is a lot of copper. That's a thick layer of copper on there. So this actually would penetrate very well through like car doors and stuff, even though it's not bonded. But our expansion is going to be limited, so thought I'd show that out here before we move on. All right, 25 yards. We have our Diamondback DB9 first. We'll see what this does for me. Very interesting. I fired them all the same point of aim and impact, had one hit. Let's move up to the Taurus G2C, see how that does. All right, Taurus G2C. All right, we'll move on to the Security 9. All right, Ruger Security 9 fits my hand a little bit better. So let's see what we get here. Not too bad. Let's try the Smith & Wesson M&P. All right, M&P, quickly becoming my favorite 9mm pistol. Let's see what we get. All right, I saw, I didn't know where they're hitting, and then I just kind of looked and I saw one round shoot up probably 3 feet high. So then I aimed basically at the base of that, or like a foot below the target there, and I hit. So doesn't really like this pistol either as far as our accuracy goes. So I would say overall our best performance, if you want to call it that, would be in a 4-inch barrel. But this ammo really surprises me. I thought this ammo would expand beautifully from some of the tests I've seen on YouTube with it, and that is simply not what I'm getting. Very interesting. So again, thanks to Dan for supplying this ammo, as well as a lot of other things, a lot of other ammo and other things. So that's what you get. So as always, comment, share, and like, and thanks for watching.